record pace. This is General Motors lies in the center of a controversy with massive recalls of 2.6 million vehicles. Other automakers are trying to avoid the same fallout as GM. With more on this, auto expert and car coach Lauren Fix. Thanks for coming on. Always good to have you here.
Thank you.
We've been talking a lot about GM, and last week we got a controversial email that seemed to indicate that Mary Barra might have known more than she said about the problem at the center of the recall that we've been covering so intensively.
Right.
Lots of people climbing on board. Senator Blumenthal saying, hey, you know, this is a real problem. Mary Barra needs to tell what she knows and come. She was running safety at the time.
And global vehicle team. So she knew a lot of what was going on, but remember, you're at the top. And then we're also finding documents. I spent the weekend doing a lot of research, lots and lots of reading. There's 250,000 documents. And I can't read it all. I'm not a speed reader, but I did find some other interesting information.
Let's hear it.
First off, there's a gentleman named Brian Stauffer who actually was at the low-end level of engineering and said, geez, you know, we have this problem. Let's try and research why this is going on. And everywhere he went, electrical stopped him, people in engineering stopped him, and then, of course, this DiGiorgio guy got let go on pay, and another gentleman, Mr. Altman.
Stopped him?
Well, they just sort of made it difficult for him to get the facts.
So this was a guy who was searching for an answer,
yes,
and was blocked at every instance
right.
of getting
Well, they just said the delay in getting data, oh, we'll get it to you, he didn't get it. And as he moved there, he was there for 29 years. This gentleman actually stood up and made a case of one of the deaths. He made a statement, and now he's no longer with GM. Now, I assume he retired after 29 years. He probably, I don't think.
We don't know where he is.
We don't know, but
Lauren,
yeah.
You know, we look at this situation with GM, and it's really shaken the company up.
Yes.
Mary Barra is on the defenses for sure, and she's new to the job. So is this the biggest recall problem you've ever seen?
It is one of the biggest ones. Recently, there was a study that came out today of all the manufacturers per 100 cars, who has the most recalls. Now, you naturally think because of this, it's GM, but it's actually Toyota. And they had more recalls. And Honda's in the mix, and Volvo's in the mix, and even Ford is in the mix.
Well, everybody's making more recalls now because I think they're afraid of being the next GM.
Right. There's also the Tread Act of 2000, which is about recalls and the regulations that are required. And these manufacturers have to follow this. But now, if I were a manufacturer and we had a little problem, I would be on it right away, because if you're not, you're the next one in the news. And nobody can take that hit when it comes to market share, when it comes to keeping their customers. You have to be honest and straightforward.
Quickly.
Yes.
What would you tell consumers tonight?
I would tell them, if you don't know if your car is on the list, please call your local dealer. Find out if your car is on the list. And if you're thinking about buying a car, that's why you do your research. That's why you go out there and find out about safety recalls, technical service bulletins, crash test ratings, not just from NHTSA, but from IAHS. Do your research, print out your paperwork before you buy a car. And you know what? You have to check on a used car, too. Don't assume that somebody else did it. It's on you. It's your responsibility.
NHTSA.gov is a great place to go.
Yes, it is.
Lauren, thanks for coming on the show. It's always so good to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.